Hi, it's Glenn Twiddle here. I wanted to address one of the comments that was below, and there wasn't enough room in typing to do so with words, so I thought I'd just post a quick video response. Raise a couple of valid points, and certainly I've always thought that, and I've always said in my training, that if the agent is getting advertising in order just to prompt their own profile, then that's not on the seller, in the seller's best interest. However, and I'm also not saying that we just want this seller paid advertising thing just to shove newspaper advertising down the throat of a seller. Because in various areas that may be the best thing, or it may not be the best thing in order to get the highest price possible for the right buyer. What I am saying is that we need to expose that property in whatever media that is. Now, one of the comments that was brought up was buyers go straight to the net, and that's absolutely valid. That realestate.com, in one particular office where we did the study, accounted for 70%, it was 71.5% of the buyer inquiries over a 6-month period. But we also studied, only a small case study, we studied 2 weeks worth of buyers, and we asked all of those buyers where they first heard about the property, where they first heard about it. And what we found was, out of that percentage, there was 20% of the buyers that first saw the property on a sign, in the newspaper, or in a flyer drop, a letterbox drop, but then they went to the internet to get some more information and see more photos and that sort of thing. And then from there, that's where they inquired. So what happened was, it looked to the agency like that inquiry came from the internet, but in actual fact, the marketing that got that person to first look at the property was something other than that, was the sign, the newspaper, or a letterbox drop. So all I'm saying in this article is we need a budget with which to advertise this property in whatever media will get the job done and get the most buyers into this property that there's absolute possible, that ends up with a higher price for that particular seller. Now, we had very accurate statistics in my agency when I was listing and selling. We had very similar properties because we were selling inner city apartments, and we had identical floor plan properties that were only a few floors apart, where we consistently got higher prices than when it was adequately advertised than when a property was not. And that's all I'm saying in this thing, is our job is to get the highest price possible. And an example, and certainly something that really is the key to all this, is that the banks, when they get a property, you know, when the mortgagee comes back in possession and all that sort of thing, when professional property developers sell properties, they assign a marketing budget to selling that property. Because anyone can sell a property. You know, anyone, an owner could just stick a sign on the front of the property and say, for sale to the highest bidder, you know, and they will sell the property. The question is that the difference between what that owner would sell it for with one sign out the front saying, come and see me, this property's for sale, and what an agent could get with skillful negotiations, with a myriad of buyers coming through that property, with a great marketing campaign. It's that difference that I'm talking about. And if that difference is 5% of the property, 3% of the property, then a $400,000 property, you know, even if that's 5%, that's $20,000 difference between the property just getting sold and the property truly getting sold at the highest price. And even if that media was the net, as you describe, and I understand that that is certainly the most popular way of buyers finding property right now. If you don't invest in some of realestate.com's upsell options, now, like them or hate them, realestate.com have these upsell options where you pay a little bit more and you get to the top of the matches. And the question that I would ask the listeners here, and the debate that I would add to the debate, is how often have you gone to Google and looked on page 10 when you've been doing your searches? Because without some of those upsell features that realestate.com offer, the feature listings, the top spots, and all those things that Google upsell that cost money, that need to be contributed and paid for by someone, without those things, your property very quickly, depending on the area, is back on page 4, 5, 6, 7 of realestate.com. And that search engine question stays true, is how often do you go to page 7 of Google when you're doing your searches? So, just some food for thought. I wanted to, apologies about the t-shirt, I wanted to answer that quickly, so I did so informally because you raised some valid points. I hope that shed some light on the subject. All I would suggest is, as far as measuring, measure in your area, do the absolute best you can do, choose your best agent, and you'll get yourself the best outcome. I'm Glenn Twiddle, hope this has been of some help. Bye for now.